And here we go, I guess. I gotta thin this out. Should be more than enough. Good morning, TikTok. Welcome to my kitchen on this Saturday morning, where we are not going to argue about politics, and we are not going to argue about religion. Instead, we are making breakfast this morning. Assuming I can get this pancake batter to the right consistency. But I think we are just about there. Yes, pancakes are so easy to make, thank goodness. Because at this time on a Saturday morning, who wants to think? Anyway, this is looking like, well, not too bad a consistency. You're not supposed to overmix the batter. I think this looks pretty good. Alright. Probably just about right. Which means, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Which means, time to make us some pancakes. So that means we can move over and look at good old Darth Vader and BB-8. Good morning, and hello to everybody who is scrolling by. I know how it goes. You are all scrolling down TikTok live, looking to see what might be interesting. And I'm hoping this might be it. Because as you can see, I'm taking good old Darth Vader here. Just carefully. Adding a little bit of margarine spread, because I think margarine works better with pancakes. And we are going to make us a Darth Vader pancake. And then after that, we have, oops, getting a mess already, four other little cast iron pans here. These so-called pancake pans that we will also be using. Over the last 4 years or so, they have released these cute little, tiny little cast iron pans in the stocking stuffer section at Wally World. Boy, I've had this only on low, and it's already smoking nicely. Yeah, these were in the stocking stuffer section at Wally World here. Starting in 2020, you could find a cast iron pancake pan in the shape of either Darth Vader or BB-8. And they have since been releasing. Well, they released different pans each year in 2021 and 2022. They did not release a new pan in 2023, which I suppose means, in the way that just about everything in Star Wars is collectible, or so they hope, that means these pans should be technically considered collector's items. Oh yes, hello. He likes real butter. I'm sure Darth Vader does, yes. But I like using margarine spread to make my pancakes, because margarine is really just vegetable oil. And it makes a nice, just that, it makes a nice non-stick, I guess you could say, for these pancakes. And Butter can burn, unfortunately, so that's one reason why I like using margarine. Use a brush to spread the margarine. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. I use a brush. When can you know it's ready? When you start seeing large bubbles on top of the pancake, that means it's time to flip it. And the trick to making pancakes in these silly little pans is that you have to flip them over onto another pan. Interestingly, the directions on those things don't tell you that until the very end. Yeah, I mean, these are cheap little stocking stuffer pans. As I said, they were in the Walmart stocking stuffer section. And they sold for like $6 in 2020 and 2021. And last year the price went up to, I think it was $7. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing really too elaborate. And furthermore, in 2020, these things did not come with pancake mix. They came with a, actually maybe I can even turn the heat up a little bit, because I do want to brown these on the bottom. This thing's rising nicely. In 2020, these things did not come with pancake mix. They came with a terrible cookie mix or a brownie mix. You know, like those cookie skillets that they sell every year at Walmart. And yeah, the cookie mix is terrible. It tastes blah, it doesn't make a sturdy cookie, and it has like maybe 6 chocolate chips in it. But in 2021, like I said, they changed it and did the pancake mix, which is actually a little better. Hello, Dora. I have one skillet so old I don't use nothing and things slide off, but I don't wash it. Yes, indeed. You've got a well-seasoned cast iron pan there. And that pan could be anywhere from 20, 50, 100, possibly even like 150 years old. There are still pans out there that are that old. And yeah, there's a whole hobby or an industry of identifying that, the age of those pans, based on the markings on the bottom. And yeah, I'm part of the cast iron cult too, the TikTok cast iron cult. Hashtag cast iron. Flip flop, flip flip flip. Well, we're getting tiny bubbles on the top, I will say that. I'm gonna wait just a few seconds. Although I do agree these things are expanding nicely. So that means we head over to this end. And since you say I should use a brush, I'll get out a brush. And yeah, I have this thing on low too, so that's the thing about cast iron. It can get really, really hot if you're not careful. Alright. Now I guess we can give it a try. Means I break out the gloves. And we'll see what happens. Here comes Darth Vader. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, hey, it worked, more or less. Alright, gotta put this guy down here, because he's hot. And now for BB-8. That one, oh God, is that ever underdone. Okay, I'm gonna have to retry BB-8. Darth Vader didn't come too badly, but I can see I'm definitely gonna have to up the heat on BB-8 there. Wow, is that ever underdone. Shit. Oh well. Good thing I don't have any company. So, I mean, this thing rose nicely, but definitely did not heat at all. Oh well. That's why the first couple of pancakes here are, they're more like test pancakes than anything else. However, while we're waiting, since Darth Vader worked, time to bring out Boba Fett and put him back on. So I'm reheating or heating BB-8 a little more, and I've turned the heat up a little bit more on BB-8, in fact. Whereas, even though this thing did not rise as well as I'd hoped, I guess we could always just heat it up nonetheless. Oh well, I will wash it hopefully still the same. Do you have Chewbacca? They did not release a Chewbacca pan. I didn't see a Chewbacca pan this year. There were 4 pans in the Star Wars series. They were Darth Vader, Boba Fett, BB-8, and Baby Yoda. What's his name? Grogu. So these are all of the Star Wars pans. And, of course, you know, like Simpsons comic book guy would suggest, oh, you have ruined the collector's value by removing it from the package. I'm not interested in the collector's value, actually. I'm more interested... Come on. There we go. At least we're getting something. I'm not interested in the collector's value. I'm more interested in using it and having these pans as keepsakes. Alright, after you take a paper towel and wipe it with vegetable oil and heat. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping by now that BB-8 has gotten a little hotter. Darth Vader's turning out okay, but I can see that, again, got a ways to go yet, unfortunately, on this other pancake. Family home cooking, if you're worried about it. Yeah, exactly. I'm not cooking for guests. I'm not making money off of this. I'm not being paid for this. And for that matter, I'm not asking for gifts either here on TikTok. I'm just doing this for the heck of it, just because it's fun. Alright, anyway, I have turned the heat up. This pancake probably is just about done, even though it's not as browned as I would have liked. Anyway, at least the Darth Vader one didn't turn out too badly. But, as I said, these were the first 2 pancakes, so they are like test pancakes. But anyway... Oh, that one's nicely done. Whoops. Yes, indeed. So there's a starter for you. Here comes pancake number 1, at least. So yeah, as you can see, I am not a professional and I'm not a short order cook. Which means all I'm really doing is practicing. So let's continue practicing, shall we? But as I said, what I am doing is having fun. Oh yeah, this is definitely hot enough. I hope it's not too hot, in fact. Wow. Okay, might even have to turn the heat down on this a little bit now. And then, meanwhile, we also move on to Boba Fett. This one also looks like it's heating up nicely. Maybe a little bit more of this, in fact. Alright, well, let's try again, shall we? Do this right. As I said, I'm not selling these things, which I think is a rarity on TikTok these days. If anything, Maybe if I inspire somebody to cook breakfast, which would not be a bad thing. And yeah, I'm making a mess too, dripping pancake batter all over the place. That pretty much happens every time. A bit on the sides, corner. There we go. Alright. Meanwhile, on the other griddle, hopefully this one is done. Because, oh, yeah, that's looking a little better at least. Looks like I'm just about ready to take this one off. So, even though it didn't turn out to be BB-8, at least it's a pancake. So at least it's edible. Besides, I have this little mantra that I've been using really ever since I learned to cook. And the mantra goes, in cooking there are a few disasters and many learning experiences. Fortunately, we can still eat the learning experiences. As I said, we're supposed to cook this until we can see the bubbles forming on the top. And this time, we're definitely seeing some bubbles here, a few more there under BB-8. So it's really just a matter of getting to the right temperature, or the sweet spot, as you could say. The Star Wars pancake pans, like I said, they did not re-release them. I looked for them in Walmart and on their website and all around on Google this year. They are still available. There was still some in stock from last year. So you could still grab these things as a stocking stuffer for your kids or yourself or your friends, whoever the geeks in your family are, like me. They also released a few other pans with other shapes. Yeah, I think we're starting to get somewhere now. I mean, I can see we're starting to see a couple of bubbles here on top of Boba Fett and also on BB-8. So I guess we'll just have to give it about a second or so and we will try again. Oh yeah, no, we're definitely starting to see bubbles forming there on BB-8. So I think we're getting good. I better take Darth Vader away because because it's hot here on the stove. And instead, let's go again, shall we? Maybe I'll turn the heat down again a little bit. And this is why I like using margarine. As I said, margarine is just vegetable oil. Less likely to burn than butter. Also, I have to admit, I am very much a fan of trolling those people who post those scary food memes all over the place. You know the ones that go, margarine is one molecule removed from plastic, or paint thinner, or rocket fuel. First of all, no it isn't. Secondly, so what? Being one molecule removed means nothing. Well, let's see how BB-8 looks. better. Well, more or less. He's a little dark on the bottom and still light on the top. Well, it's a little better anyway. On the other hand, time to see what Boba Fett looks like. Oh, rat! Number 2. Well, maybe not. Alright, I am really having some trouble getting these things adjusted this time. Or maybe it's the pancake mix. Actually, that doesn't look too badly. You look here, yeah, it looks like Boba Fett actually worked. I'm just gonna have to, well, keep on cooking him. Good thing I'm not a professional, that's for sure. On the other hand, yeah, I know there's yellow on the flame, but I think that's really because of the residue from this pancake mix. I mean, this is a nice gas stove. It probably just got something onto the burner, and that's causing the yellow in the flame. And the hole not too bad. So, in that case, we'll get this right one of these days. While I'm waiting, might as well not waste this gas flame, and let's go on. Because here is the 4th pan in the Star Wars series. Grogu, I think they call him. I never really did see The Mandalorian. Baby Yoda. I mean, I definitely have the flame more towards medium, and this is more of a round-shaped pan, so hopefully this should heat up the way it's supposed to. Also, as I mentioned, even though this isn't Star Wars, this is one I got this year. Yeah, although technically it's still from Disney. Say hello to Spider-Man. And I will put him over here. So yes, they did actually release a few other of these pans, character pans. After the 4 Star Wars pans, last year they released 3 others. One of them was Spider-Man. The other 2 were SpongeBob SquarePants and Hello Kitty. Maybe you need to add a little water to the mix? Well, I suppose that might be possible. I thought I had this nicely, but let's do that. In fact, instead of water, maybe this is the problem. I'm using buttermilk. So let's add a little bit more. And thin it out a little bit. But yeah, I'm taking advice from the internet. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, this mix definitely looks like it's thinned out. So, we will see if this works any better. Oh well. Alright, the molecule means it's diet, yes. Oh yeah, they've got all those ridiculous scare stories about the dangers of margarine, that it was supposedly invented to fatten turkeys, which is actually completely false. That is a lie. Margarine was actually invented by Napoleon's army. Napoleon wanted but I didn't see the Napoleon movie, for the record. I don't know if they mentioned it in the movie or not, but I'm betting they didn't. Napoleon actually put out a call for people to invent a butter substitute, something that would keep beef fresh, to keep his armies. Oh yeah, this thing's definitely done. So that, yep, I may have, okay, yeah, it's definitely done. Something to serve his armies on the go. And they came up with this thing called, what do they call it? Oleo resin or something, or oleomargarine, or I forget actually what the name of it was, but that was how margarine was invented. You can actually thank Napoleon for that. And it just took off from there because what we had was an inexpensive butter substitute. Well, that doesn't look too bad. You know, the other thing about BB-8 though, poor BB-8, unfortunately, he also looks like something you could serve at a bachelor party or bachelorette party. And in fact, yeah, I think I definitely need to turn the heat down on this because, yeah, Boba Fett got all blackened here, unfortunately. No, not blackened, he's still brown, so he is still okay. And actually, that shows up his face rather nicely. Move him around this way. Actually, doesn't look too bad. But I better turn down the heat now on this griddle. But yeah, those of us who are old or know a little bit about food history know that for much of the 20th century, margarine was actually produced with a white color in the United States and elsewhere. And it was actually sold, and they called it white butter. And I am just old enough that I remember reading about it in school books and, of course, in newspapers and so on. White butter. And I always wanted to try it. But my parents never did get the white margarine. And then they started, of course, coloring the margarine, which is exactly what all this is. All the margarine we buy today does have coloring added to make it look more, this should not stick, that's actually looking pretty good, to make it look more like butter. So yes, it's true, margarine has all kinds of fun little artificial colors and everything added to it. That's life. Welcome to the 21st century. And if you don't like it, don't get it. That's all. Because no, they are not out to poison us. I'm hoping I didn't thin this out too much, in fact. But, well, all we can do is give it a try. The worst that could happen is I could end up with a misshapen pancake. I actually like the shape of the Spider-Man pan because it's nice and regular. It's oval shaped. And yeah, I know I'm making a mess. I'll clean that up. Such high heat. Well, I did the high heat because one of those pancakes, the BB-8 one, was very, very underdone. And another one, the Boba Fett one, almost stuck. So that's why I turned up the heat. I can turn it down now a little bit, because you know what they say about cast iron, it retains heat. So I'll turn it down now. And I guess we'll just wait until we get some nice big bubbles on the top. And no, I'm not interested in some spammer named Khan. Decline, who just tried to join the live. Khan! Oh, it really sounds racist to say that if someone with someone you don't know who always seems to have a Middle Eastern type of name tries to join your live, unfortunately, it seems like he's a spammer. It's not a racial thing. It's a culture thing because, unfortunately, so many of these spammers seem to be in the Middle East or Romania or the like, which is just how it turned out. How do you prevent from sticking? I put a lot of oil on the pan first. And there is an ancient Chinese secret. Oh, this is cornbread or pancakes? It's pancakes. I thinned out the batter based on the advice from TikTok. And we're going to see how it turns out. But, yeah, put a little in the batter also. I could do that, maybe with the next set of pancakes. But what was I saying? There's an ancient Chinese secret for getting nonstick cast iron, and that secret goes hot wok, cold oil, food won't stick. That means you heat your pan dry before you add the oil. And then when your pan gets good and hot, you add the oil then, and it's supposed to make a nonstick coating. Usually it does. It's actually served me well. And then you add your batter or whatever you're cooking. It might be burning. Okay. These, again, will be ready to flip when we see big bubbles on the surface. And, yes, pancakes. And especially, because you can see we're starting to see it. Although it still looks kind of thin because I did thin out the batter. So I'm kind of worried that it's going to splatter. But I suppose if we have a surface that looks like the character, then that might still be a success. I like pancakes early in the morning. Drink some coffee, then do a little pound... Oh, yeah. Well, you've got your Saturday plan. How many different character pans do you have? I have 5 of them, and I've just shown them now. It looks like I've got a couple of seconds before I can flip it. Once I flip it, I will show the other pans again. But yeah, we're starting to get big bubbles on the top now, so we're definitely getting close to the time to flip this pancake. And that's how you make pancakes, I hope. No, I've made plenty of pancakes, but I mean, as I said, I'm having a little difficulty with this batter this morning. Nonetheless, I guess all we can do is give it a try. So, head over here again. And lay down a little bit more margarine. Come on, you bugger. And well, let's give it a try and see what happens, because it's either going to work or it's not going to work. Do you use syrup? Yes, I do, though not in my pancake mix. Here comes one. Hey, it worked, sort of. That actually looks not too bad. Let me get you a close-up of that in a second. And here comes number 2. This one is still undercooked. Is it my burner? Both of these were the back burner. Alright, then in that case, right now, since Grogu seemed to work, let's take him off the heat because he's done what I wanted him to do. Turn off the back burner and move Spidey over to the front burner, since that seems to have had the most success. And we will make one more attempt with Spidey. Of course, it's still a pancake, so we'll still finish cooking it and eating it. Maybe too much batter. Well, I suppose that's possible too. But I'm reheating Spidey, and we'll make one more attempt with him. However, Grogu actually turned out not too badly. Take a look from this angle here. I think that one actually worked. Nice. So far our pancakes have been okay. I mean, they're pancakes, yes, and furthermore, these are, again, cheap Walmart stocking stuffers, so they're hardly perfect. I'm sure a professional could do a better job, but so far we've got a Darth Vader pancake, Boba Fett pancake, which didn't look too badly, actually, and we managed to get something of a BB-8 pancake. As I said, poor BB-8 looks like something you could serve at a bachelorette party. But then again, that might just be because I've been on TikTok too long. But yes, as I said, while these things are heating up on the other side, and I'm reheating Spidey, here are the other pans again. Here is Grogu. Again, I still haven't even seen The Mandalorian. I don't watch TV, so I don't know how you pronounce him. Then from here, we've got Boba Fett, which kind of stuck. And then, again, here is little phallic BB-8. Back off on the margarine some and you get more browning and less yellow. I suppose that's possible. We'll give it another try. We'll make one more pancake. And finally, the most popular one, the guy who they released all 3 years. Good old Darth Vader, Anakin. And I'm glad I got these. Because they make nice little keepsakes for moments like this. But yes, like I said, these pans again, number one, no, I am not selling them. I am not doing this to sell anything. Oops, would help if I got a plate, wouldn't it? Right, anyway, I'm not doing this to sell anything. I'm just doing this to have fun. So Grogu goes here, so that we have 4 successful pancakes. And we will do another flip of the almost Spidey pancake. Oh yeah, definitely. I think I may have done him just a little bit too long. Oh well, fortunately. I have a second plate here with my mistakes, so he will go onto there. And we'll make one more attempt to do a Spidey pancake. Spider Pan, does whatever a Spider Pan does. Can he make pancakes? Yes, he can. Some of the time, look out. He is a Spider Pan. Still edible, yes, exactly. That's my point, is that, as I've said, in cooking, there are a few disasters and many learning experiences. But of course, we can eat the learning experiences. So now that we've heated this up once again, we will make one last attempt at a pancake for good old Spidey. Spidey has gone through so much, I can probably turn the heat down now, that he deserves a second chance. That, of course, is why everyone loves Spider-Man. So if this is Spidey, I wonder if this means I'm the guy in the chair. I love that. There are so many reasons to love that first no, not the first, the Homecoming movie, and Ned was one of the big reasons. The guy in the chair. Only a little batter. Yeah, maybe I've overdone it. Well, maybe we'll just give it a try. That's all we can do. Pour it out. Might as well, I guess. Why not? Just a little bit. There we go, I guess. I hope I didn't ruin it by doing that. I mean, you know, ruin the non-stick. Where did you get the pan from? These pans have been sold in Walmart's stocking stuffer section, you know, where all of that cheap crap sells every year. They are not selling these this year. This year, it seems like all you can get are those little round cast iron cookie skillets. Oops. My heating vent came on automatically. You know, the ones that sell that terrible cookie mix and brownie mix. Those make nice little cast iron pans, and they do make nice stocking stuffers, but I advise anybody who gets those things, throw out the cookie mix and make your own, because it is so much better. Yes, I did dirty my stove up. Well, I'll just have to clean it up then. I'm literally just in here to see how you plan on flipping this. Oh, that's easy. I've flipped several pancakes already. You simply move it over to another heated pan and flip it onto there. And the results so far haven't been too badly. Here again is a Baby Yoda pancake, BB-8, Boba Fett, and Darth Vader. So it actually hasn't turned out too badly. And yeah, you're right about the batter. I mean, the batter that I have left in the pan is expanding, but I really hope I didn't ruin the non-stick by taking it off the heat. Well, all we can do is find out. It's an easy cleanup. Yeah, about another minute or so, I think. We're starting to get some bubbles around the side when I see a couple of big bubbles on top, and that looks like it's going to happen any moment. Then we will attempt to flip it. And I'm saying in advance, I might have ruined it, but maybe not. All we can do is find out. Fortunately, like I said, I'm not a short order cook. I'm doing this for myself, I'm not doing this for guests, and I'm not doing this for pay. I will say again, I am not being paid for this, I'm not selling these, and I'm not even asking for gifts. I'm not in the TikTok gift thing. I'm just doing this for fun. And also to do a TikTok video that is not people arguing over stupid politics and stupid religion. Definitely spilling that. Yeah, exactly. So we can only see what happens, but I think we are at about the point. So here we go again. Either I'm going to mess it up or not. That's life. Because it's a Saturday morning here on TikTok, and I'm not in any cooking competition. Also, I better turn this down again. So if it does not work, yeah, I'll be a little disappointed, but that's life. Alright, here we go. And the result? Hey, you know, it sort of worked. I think it worked. So there you go. Old Spidey pulled through once again. Again, that's why we love Spidey. He's the underdog. Butter Brun quit. Yeah, I think this is the last one anyway, because I've done what I wanted to do. I have made character pancakes. Can you tell me where you got that thing at? I got it at Walmart, in their stocking stuffer section. Well, Spidey, actually, I had to order online, because they have not re-released these for the holidays this year. But if you go onto any website, Walmart, or yes, I did get the Star Wars ones at Walmart. I got them in 2020, 21, and 22, but they have not re-released them this year. However, if you, well, no, I think the underside will be done in a second. But if you look on Google, they are still available. The stock did not completely sell out, and they are still available, and they are actually available at decent prices too, relatively speaking, like maybe about $10 to $12 or so. Don't go onto eBay because they're selling them as collector's items at ridiculous prices, you know, like $25 or so. There we go. I think we just got it, which means we are done. So, let me pop old Spidey here onto my pile. Come on. There we go. Turn off the heat. And we are done making pancakes. But yeah, not too bad, actually. We have 5 decent character pancakes. Yeah, I'd say actually, I think it worked. He looks pretty good. Along with Darth Vader, Boba Fett, BB-8, Bachelorette Party BB-8, and one more time, Grogu. So, I think I will show the... Well, actually, I think I'll move over to my stove, my counter now. And, yeah, that'll do. I'll show off those pans again as we get out the maple syrup. Because it's time for breakfast. But yeah, I'll show them off one more time. And now I'll say again, these were available in the Walmart stocking stuffer section. They are, I could not find them in the Walmart stocking stuffer section this year, but you can still order them online, even on Walmart's website. Here again is Grogu, or Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him. And here is Boba Fett with some battle damage, I'm afraid. The pancake stuck a tiny, tiny bit. Here is Naughty Naughty BB-8, because yeah, I'm a perv. Because yes, I think it looks like something else too. And of course, here is the perennial favorite, Darth Vader. Try to get him in the light. Wasn't that rampage he did in Rogue One awesome? I mean, he was like a monster in that scene. And finally, the underdog, who still managed to win in the end. Good old Spidey. And like I said, I'm not selling them myself. I'm just doing this for fun. And this has been fun. And doing this live on TikTok really made this a lot of fun. So thank you very much for watching, folks. But it is now time for breakfast. And here comes the maple syrup. And with that, it is time to eat. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to watch this for a few minutes. As a reminder, can't use cast iron on electric glass tops. Let me tell you something, Daddy's girl. You can, yes you can, use cast iron on electric glass tops. However, you do have to be careful. You don't want to drop it or you could shatter it. But it will work. I have many friends online who use cast iron every day on their electric glass tops. So yes, you can. I would love a pancake right about now. Well, it's not bad to, it's easy enough to make. That's the best I could say. And even if you don't have these Star Wars pans, well, really, any decent pan will work. Cast iron, I think, is the best. I love cast iron, but why not? And what's more, if you don't have any pancake mix, make some. Homemade pancake mix is so easy to make. Just a few ingredients. Um, but I guess that's really all I can say because, as I said, it's time to eat. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time. Must be certain brand. I would check yours first. I can't stand the extra heat from iron. Well, that's everybody's taste. But thank you once again, everybody. Thank you for your time. Have a good morning. Enjoy your Saturday. Merry Christmas, since it's coming up soon. And have fun.